Love, betrayal, and heartbreak unfold, a heart in turmoil. David, an African man in his mid-30s, lives a life most would consider stable. He is married to Amanda, a woman who silently manipulates him, uses him for his money to satisfy her material gain and lavish lifestyle. She does not love him. She only pretends to love and respect him when she wants something. Deep down, David has never truly loved her either. Their relationship is built on expectations, routine, and duty, not passion or deep emotional connection. For years, he masked his emptiness behind a facade of smiles and responsibilities. One ordinary evening at his second job, David's world changed. There she was, Susan, a radiant woman with a gentle heart, eyes that spoke volumes, and a smile that could melt the strongest defenses. She was beautiful, inside and out. He felt it instantly. Love at first sight. They started as friends. Laughter flowed, stories shared, and time seemed to fly whenever they were together. One day, David confessed, "I want to get to know you better. Maybe just have some fun." Susan looked him in the eye and said, "I'm not looking for fun, I want something real." He admitted, "I'm married, but maybe we could get to know each other and see where it goes." Against her better judgment, Susan agreed. 1 month turned into 6, 6 into 12. Their connection deepened, and David started opening up more to her about his relationship with Amanda. He constantly complained about his wife's attitude, her demands, and how emotionally cold she was. Susan listened, wisely. She picked up on Amanda's She told him, "She's using you, pretending. You know it, but you don't want to admit it." And just like that, David started putting the pieces together. It all made sense. Amanda wasn't his partner. She was a user, a phony, a gold digger. Susan opened his eyes, not out of jealousy, not because she wanted him all to herself, but because of who she was, a no-nonsense, honest, loyal, compassionate, and intuitive woman. A woman of substance, a realist, a rare gem. She understands me completely, David thought. She's the only woman who can soothe my head when I'm upset. She's the first woman I truly fell in love with at first sight, and the only one who has my heart. Susan is 1 in a million. David promised change, saying once Amanda moved to Atlanta, he'd have more time for Susan and then it would be us. They both quit their second job, but continued seeing each other. But things took a turn. David's calls became short, his texts delayed, excuses rolled in, stutters, lies, phone problems. Susan noticed another name, Kimberly, a woman David seemed to be staying with for free. The goddess in his life was now becoming a stranger to him. One sunny Friday, David and Susan made plans to spend the evening together. She dressed, cooked, and waited. He texted her throughout the morning, but after 1 p.m., silence. His shift ended at 4:30 p.m. No call, no message. Susan reached out. Nothing. That night, he stood her up, ghosted her. Why? To please Kimberly. But Kimberly didn't want him. She rejected him. Permanently. The next day, Susan heard nothing from David. No apology, no explanation. Yet he had time to scroll TikTok. Kimberly blocked him, his ego shattered. And Susan, she pulled back. No calls, no texts. He felt her absence. Alone in silence, David's mind raced. Amanda gave him routine. Kimberly gave him rejection. But Susan, she gave him love. Real, selfless, radiant love. The kind he'd never experienced before. His heart ached, his pride crumbled, and now he wonders, should I go back? Should I apologize? Will she forgive me? Now David sits in silence, staring at Susan's last message from days ago. He types, then deletes. He thinks, then hesitates. The woman he took for granted is gone. The woman who stood by him when no one else would. She loved him deeply. But was his betrayal too deep to heal? Should Susan forgive him, or should she walk away forever? If this story moved you, don't keep it to yourself. Subscribe for more powerful love stories. Like to support heartfelt storytelling. Share this with someone who needs to hear it. Comment below, should Susan forgive him? More emotional, real-life inspired stories are coming. Tap that bell so you never miss a moment.